What's happening, my friends? It's Cast Sports again, back for another afternoon with the family. Now, as usual, before I get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community. It's just boxing talk. We're a group of people who just love to talk boxing. And we're always looking for others to join us. And you don't have to have a podcast. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. Miss Cass, hashtag JBT, Mrs. Just Do, Mike Mazik. Salute to everyone and welcome to another episode of Cast Sports, The Box Story. Today, the life and career of Zab Jiudah. And you know what time it is. If it's Monday through Friday, 2 p.m., it's The Box Story, bringing you all of that boxing history. Boxing is the greatest sport of them all. That's why we love it. Can't get enough of it. How's everyone? It's Friday again. Time for the Friday afternoon edition of Cast Sports The Box Story. It's profile day. And you see him with Zab Jiudah this week. Life and career of Zab Jiudah. I think Zab would be on the ballot for the Hall of Fame this year. I haven't heard anything about it, but you know, this is his fifth. He retired in 2019, so this is his fifth year out. And Zab should definitely be in the Hall of Fame. Turkey Alley Sheik in there. So I know damn well Zab Jiudah should be in there. Right? Right or wrong. But how is everybody ready for the weekend? It's here. I didn't see any kind of big action this weekend. Next big card is Tuesday, September 3rd. The Monster. My main man on the card, big hat / big watch, Barroso. That's right. Like I've been saying all week, he got to go all the way to Japan to get a fight because all these guys at 140 is afraid of the old guy. Yeah, they're going to put that old man power on him. But yeah, there's been a cool boy sighting. That Canelo Belanga card, the undercard gets better and better. Cool boy is on it. Yeah. I didn't notice that until a little while ago. Yep. Cool boy is on the undercard, you know. Caleb Plant fighting a pretty good guy, Macumbi. Rolly's making his return on there. Now, Stephen Cool Boy Fulton is on that Canelo card. So I'm still not paying for it, but hey, it's a good undercard. But, you know, that Canelo Belanga is a turnoff, man. Ray Patterson in the building, straight out of New Jersey. What's up, RP? Good to see you today. And Mrs. Just Do Boxing, if you listen, I owe you an apology. You didn't even have a wrench. What is wrong with me, man? Miss Cass asked me, what happened Mrs. Just Do doesn't have a wrench? I didn't even know. But you got one now. Wow, man. I told you. I'm going to keep on and Miss Cass going to fire me, man. But Mrs. Just Do, you have one now. I'm so sorry. I didn't even know. Wow. Lee, you know Mrs. Just Do's supposed to have a wrench, man. Man. I'm messing up, missing super chats, but it's corrected. But how's everybody this Friday afternoon? We're going to be talking about Zab Jiudah, Zabdiel, that's his real name, Zabdiel, Zabdiel. Yeah, I have a correction too. I said yes. I think Danny Garcia and Erislandy Lara is on the Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois, whatever it is, Daniel Dubois card, right? Yeah, I was saying they were on the Canelo card, but I think they're on that one. Yeah, whatever fight card is on, it's going to be a good fight. They've been trying to make that for a while too. Yeah, I appreciate everybody that's in the building so far today. It's Profile Day. end of another big week of boxing history. You know, we always end it with the profile. Jiudah today. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, he had a Hall of Fame career, especially if the Turkey Al-Sheikh is in there. Every boxer should be in there. You know, Turkey Al-Sheikh paid for a Hall of Fame spot. Crazy. Mauricio gave him a WBC belt. They wasn't kissing the ring, they was kissing the ass. But let me stop because that might be why I lost my monetization. It's not back yet. Yeah, I still don't know why. But yeah, today is Jiudah profile. Yep. And how is everybody? We're gonna start about 2:30. No big fights this weekend though. I couldn't find any. Anybody know of any? I'm sure it's a card somewhere, but none of the major ones, you know. Like Eddie Hearn don't have anything, Oscar, PBC, the Bob Father, none of them. Next biggie is the Monster Tuesday over there in Japan. You know how the Monster does it Tuesday morning. That's their big day. And in Japan, you know, like some countries will put the fight on according to our time here, but not Japan. Japan said we showing the fight at our own time. You got to get your ass up in the morning and watch it if you want to see this. And I'm getting up and watching the Monster. Monster usually, the main event is usually like 6, 7, something like that. But I've seen them start them like 3 a.m. over there in Japan. Yeah. A lot of Japanese fighters on the card. And Ismael Barroso on there. He's fighting Andy, I think it's Hirioka. Something like that, yeah. It's a 12-round, must be some kind of title eliminator or something, but I don't know why they would even put Barroso in another title eliminator. He won his last title eliminator, but he never got a title shot yet, you know. He should have got the Rolly fight when Pitbull got it. Then he should have got the Pitbull fight when Ryo got it. So why isn't he fighting Ryo? I know I keep harping on this, but they're not treating the old man fairly, man. That's my classmate. Yeah, we're the same age. You know, we both been out 60s, me and Barroso. And yeah, the man won the title eliminator, but still haven't got a title shot yet. Everybody else is getting it. And they say, well, he don't sell. So why, if you're not gonna give him the title shot, why even put him in a title eliminator? That doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, they're trying to age him out. They know he's old and trying to wait till he, you know, gets too old. But Barroso's in his 60s. They're not going to be able to age him out. He got that old man power. They say the power is the last thing that goes. You can ask that guy Davis that Barroso fought in that title eliminator. Sparked him up in the first round. Left him laying over by the ropes. Yep. He sure did. But yeah, I want to see Barroso. All jokes aside, I think Barroso deserves a shot, man. And I got him over everybody at 140. You might think I'm crazy, but I do. All of them. Yeah. You see, none of them will fight him. Yeah, I'm high on Barroso. Just give the man a shot. He had Rolly beat. You see, Rolly needed Tony Weeks to cheat for him. Yep. He needed Barroso was ahead on the cards, and it was getting late, so they gave Tony the signal. They said, Rolly can't do it, Tony, you got to do it for him. And Tony did the trick, you know, stopped the fight, although Rolly was swinging that air. I think Barroso landed a punch in that flurry of his own, and Rolly was swinging that air, and they stopped the fight and gave it to Rolly. Now, that's not saying Rolly might not have still came back and got a decision or stopped Barroso, but Barroso was winning at the time they stopped it. And it appeared he was on his way to winning. They was like, oh no, we can't have this old man without belt. Tony waved that envelope. Tony Weeks did it. And some of these referees need to be investigated, especially Harvey Dock. You know, one man name keeps coming up in these bad decisions, these bad moves, you know. It's always Harvey Dock. So come on, man. Something needs to be done about this, man. And they need to have after fights, the referees and the judges need to have a press conference. Just like the fighters have the referee and the 3 judges sitting at their table being questioned about the moves they make. Harvey Dock needed to be asked, how could he miss that knockdown in that first round when it was clearly a knockdown? And you got the closest view of anyone watching on TV at the fight. You're right there in the ring with them. I'm watching on TV and saw it. And Harvey missed it. And sure enough, they changed it to a knockdown. So he should have saw that right from the beginning, So they should be questioned about stuff like that. What's up, Mike? Mike Grimm in the building. Salute. Life and career of Jiudah today. But yeah, referees, when they make a bad call like that, they need to be questioned about it. What did you see? What made you make that decision? Because it was clearly a knockdown. How much did they pay you? They need to be asked questions like that. Who paid you? Was it Mauricio? Or was it Virgil Ortiz's team? Who paid you? Too cheap, Harvey. They need to have me questioning it. But yeah, I think the referees and the judges need to have their own press conference to be questioned in all sports, because they make these bad calls and then they just go get in their car and go home or go wherever they're going and know, that's all to it. But they need to be questioned about that. It will put a stop to it, because a lot of it is not bad calls. It's cheating. It's not. No referee is that bad as all these moves Harvey Dock is making. It's corruption. The judges too. No judge is that bad. It's corruption. Like that lady me and T. Hill was talking about yesterday, Eugenia Williams. Then they say after she have a bad night, give some bad score. Are we going to send her for some more training? Some more training doesn't cure corruption. You know what cures corruption? Getting your ass fired. Don't judge no more fights. That's what cures that, not more training. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like they had the fight back in the day between James Toney and the Dave Ribery from Delaware, and Ribery clearly got robbed. Then they found out the fight was in New Jersey. Two of the judges didn't even have licenses to judge fights in New Jersey. Right? Clear corruption. But, boxing wants to be corrupt, so it's nothing we can do about it. They want to be corrupt. They need some kind of organization or group over the whole sport to oversee it, like a commissioner, like all the other major sports have. A commissioner, You control that type of nonsense, so it won't happen. But boxing is basically follow the money, Follow the money. But yeah, Cool Boy is on the Canelo Berlanga card. I'm happy. Yeah, he's back. He hadn't fought since Monster embarrassed him July 2023. So it's good to see Cool Boy back, man. Get back in there. Like I say, the loss don't define you. It's what you do after. Sitting around, hiding because you was embarrassed, doesn't get it. Get back in the ring, man. And get some more wins. Maybe you can get Monster again. Get him to come to Philly since you went to Japan, but we know that ain't happening. Lawrence Monster got them belts. He ain't coming out of Japan. For whatever reason, I don't know, but he's just not coming out of Japan. Okay? Just like Tuesday. Fighting TJ Doheny over there. I don't think anybody at 122 can deal with the Monster, though. Nah. 126 either. Yeah, Cool Boy's next fight is at 126 too. Yeah. I forgot who he was fighting, yeah. But remember, before the Monster fight, he was going to move up there, and him and Brandon Figueroa was going to have the rematch. But then the Monster fight came around. They made that fight in like 3 hours, remember? They made that fight fast. Yeah, Cool Boy and Monster, everything just came together. Yeah. And Cool Boy had the I think he had the they both had 2 belts. I can't remember, but they probably paid him to come to Japan. Monster wants everybody to come over there and fight. But I'm impressed. He's a great fighter, but until he comes out of Japan, I know he's fought out of Japan before and all that, blah blah blah. But I want to see him out of Japan now at the top level fighting somebody. Then I'm really impressed. I want to, but right now, fighting over there in front of your fans in your country, no, come on, man. You got to be able to do that everywhere. Come to somebody else's backyard and do that. Then I'm impressed. But he's still a great fighter, you know. And go somewhere where you can't use those that's stacking. Because man, I see he took his gloves off one time, looked like he had a cast on. You know, somebody have a broken arm or something. The monster had that almost up to his elbows and like 3 inches up off his wrist. I'm like, why the hell does he need all that tape on there, man? That's crazy. But it's legal there, so hey. But I needed him to come somewhere where he can't do that, man. You know? I don't understand. Why do you need all that tape? Your hand taped up in that way. It was ridiculous. I can't see any reason for that. That's almost like a cast. All that tape built up. So I'm impressed when he comes somewhere where you can't stack out of Japan in somebody else's backyard and then do what he's doing. Then I'm impressed. Okay. But the guy is undisputed and all that. But in Japan. But yeah, we're going to be talking about the life and career of Zab Jiudah today. Let's talk fashion. Yeah, Zab Jiudah out of New York City. Let's talk fashion in the building. Yeah, that's him. I think this would be his year. He's been out 5 years. This would be his year to be on the ballot to go in the Hall of Fame, too. I don't know if he made it or if they even voted or whatever. But I was saying the Turkey Al-Sheikh is in the Hall of Fame, so that definitely should be in there. Every boxer should be in the Hall of Fame. I should be in the Hall of Fame if Turkey Al-Sheikh is in there. Yeah. He bought his spot, though. Let's talk fashion, hashtag JBT. Did they do the casuals this morning? I'm not sure. Because I think Ant is on vacation or something. Yeah. But yeah, we're going to be getting into Zab. Zab had a lot of fights and a good resume. You know, fought them all. You know, Floyd, he fought Cotto, Paulie, Kostya Tszyu, DeMarcus Corley, Corey Spinks, Carlos Beltramere, Amir Khan. Fought a lot of the Danny Garcia, a lot of the big names during his era. Yeah, Zab had a fire resume. Edwin Vasquez. Yes, he did. Joshua Clottey, Lucas Matisse. Yeah, Zab had a fire resume. And we're going to talk about all these fights. Fought Corey Spinks twice. Went out there in St. Louis in Corey Spinks' backyard and beat him. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I need the monster to do. Then I'll really be impressed. Come out of Japan and go in somebody else's backyard and do what you're doing, man. Like Zab did. You know? Went to Corey Spinks' hometown and stopped. And when the monsters start doing stuff like that, then I'm impressed. But now, I'm going to sit over there in Japan. I'm not taking nothing away from the guy, but, you know, do that kind of stuff. Dare to be great. Okay? Stop paying people to come to Japan so you can knock them out with your hands all stacked and everything. I'm sorry, man, but, you know, I hold that kind of stuff will get you. The man took his gloves off one time and he had tape like 3 inches off of his hand, man, off of his knuckle. Why you need all that tape for? Like you're trying to build up almost like a plaster, like cast, to give you more power or something. I don't know. I think he's using PEDs too, but I'm gonna get off the box. You know, he's a good fighter. Okay, you can't say something nice, just leave it alone. But let's get ready to get started. Zab Jiudah today, like Remo said, out of New York City. Brooklyn, right, Remo? Out of Brooklyn. And Zab wasn't above on a low blow or two, neither. He hit one guy low when they were in the, I think it was Carlos Beltramere, when they were in the middle and the referee was giving them instructions. Zab hit the guy low right then, before the fight even started, man. Yeah. Then he hit Floyd low and started that riot, remember? Roger Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe and Yoel Judah, and everybody jumped in the ring and It was a mess. Yeah. And Roger had said that Zab was gonna do something dirty once Floyd started dominating him, and he sure did, man. He sure did. Yep. And yeah, they all jumped in there. It was crazy. They needed security. Yeah, I saw that one live. No, I wasn't. I saw it on TV as it was happening. Yeah, it was crazy. They all jumped in the ring and they got it cleared out and finished the fight, though. Yeah, Floyd got the win, but it was a mess due to a Zab Jiudah low blow. Like I said, he wasn't above that. I think it was Carlos Belder that he hit low when they were getting instructions from the referee. Yeah. But there was a lot of suspensions after that Zab Floyd fight, I think. Zab got suspended, his father, Leonard Allaby, Roger Mayweather. Everybody except Floyd. Floyd didn't do anything. Floyd was hurting too bad. He was just leaning against the ropes, bent over. Floyd couldn't do anything when the fight was going on. But everybody jumped to the ring. He had got hit low. He was in pain. But yeah, it was a lot of suspensions and fines. We're going to talk about it in the profile today behind that fight. Yeah. I think Zab got a year suspension. Leonard Allaby got like 6 months. Roger got a year. Yoel Jiudah got a year because all of them was actually in there throwing punches and stuff. And they had no business in the ring. The second's not supposed to be in the ring unless in between that minute in between rounds, when they're tending to their fighter. Anytime those 3 minutes going on, you're not supposed to be in there. And by the rules, Floyd was supposed to be disqualified because Roger was the first one to jump in the ring, right? And Don King tried to file a protest on that, but they didn't do it. But yeah, actually he was supposed to be disqualified because his second jumped in the ring. And it was, the 3 minute round was still going on. Melanin Queen 27 in the building. What's up, Melanin Queen? How are you today? Yeah. Don't forget our raffle we got coming up October 12th. The one for the Apple 10th generation iPhone, the Kaniki Bear headphones. Kaniki Bear is a proud sponsor of the JBT, and Air Friday. 3 first place winners. Okay, it's actually not it's first, second, and third, but actually it's three first place, man. Those 3 prizes for $10, right? Then $10 to $ JBT Network, all caps 1. Okay. $ JBT Network 1. Well, yeah, Mike Mazick, I appreciate the cash app you sent me today. Mike Mazick always support. I still got my cash app. They took my monetization. Hard as I worked for that, I just had it like a month. I don't even know what I did. I think it were those 3 fights that I had in my opening. I showed like 20 seconds of 3 old fights. It was Rocky Marciano and Rolling Stars, Joe Louis and Max Bayer, and Sugar Ray Robinson and Gene Foreman. It was like 20 seconds each, like a minute altogether. I think I must have got copyrighted for that because I don't make videos, and so that could have been the only thing that could have possibly have done it. But they didn't tell me why or how long I'm penalized or whatever. They just took my monetization. I just got it, man. I worked on that a whole year, trying to get the hours and the your entries, trying to get the hours and everything. Bruce Gas. Bruce says that wouldn't do it. I don't know what did it, man. I really don't. Yeah, Bruce. And you know what, Bruce? I was showing those fights way before you even got monetized. So you're right. That wouldn't do it. I would have never got monetized in the first place. I just don't know, man. And they didn't even tell me. That's why I keep talking about it, because it's very confusing. Very confusing. And I don't know who to write or call or whatever. I just have to wait for it to come back. Bruce Gas, Boxy, Kaz, and more. Okay, Melanin Queen, let me check on that. into the contest you're talking about, I can check on that right now. Right? Let's see. Then we're gonna start. Once I check on the Queen's entries. Yeah, I got some. Woo-wee. We got almost $300 now. Damn. I got a lot of them. Yeah, Melanin Queen. Yeah, there we go. Yours plus a whole bunch of others. Yeah, I have it. Yeah, after the show, I got to come up to date. Oh wow, we got a whole bunch of. We got almost $300. So yeah, the raffle is doing well. Just told you the 3 prizes, so let's get ready to get started. But yeah, Bruce, that's a good point. That would not do it because I was doing those fights way before I even got monetized. Yeah. So it's really bad. But it's gone. So let's get ready to get started on the profile for today. The life and career of Zab Jiudah. I salute everybody that's in the building. Yeah, we are doing great, Melanin Queen. We got a whole bunch of them. We're up to almost like $300 now. And we still got the whole month of September and half of October to go. So yeah, this is going to be successful. And somebody going to win a Apple 10th generation iPad, a Kaniki Bear headphones, and an air fryer. 3 first place prizes. Yeah. Can't beat that. The life and career of Zab Jiudah. Okay. I don't curse that much or anything. I don't know. I say damn, or I don't be dropping F-bombs and that kind of stuff. I know this one channel, man, this guy, every other sentence is an F-bomb or a B in it, and an MF, so no. He would have been off the air if that was it. But let's go. The life and career of Zab Jiudah today. Got a big slide display. I got pictures of just about all the fights that we're going to talk about too, and the guys he's fighting against. Okay, man. And bear with me for 1 minute, please. Here we go. Okay. The life and career of Zab Jiudah. Zab D.L. Jiudah, okay? American former professional boxer. He competed from 1996 to 2019. 23-year career, okay? He held multiple world championships in 2 weight classes, including the IBF and WBO junior welterweight titles between 2000 and 2004. The undisputed welterweight title in 2005, which included a reign as the lineal champion from 2005 to 2006. And he also held the IBF junior welterweight title again in 2011. Now, his career ended in 2019 when he was hospitalized after suffering a brain bleed and a stoppage loss to Cletus Selden. That was his last fight. We're going to talk about that too. Okay. Now, Zab was born in Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York City, New York. Okay. Nickname was Super. Fought out of the Southpaw stance. He fought in 3 weight classes during his career: junior welterweight, welterweight, and junior middleweight. Okay. And he had a height, he was 5 feet 7 inches tall, had a reach of 72 inches. Had a total of 56 fights in his career, of which he won 44. He lost 10. He had 2 draws, 30 came by way of knockout. Okay. Let's take a look at Zab's amateur career. Okay. Zabdiel Jiudah. That was his full name. Okay. Amateur career. Now, Jiudah began boxing at the age of 6, right? And he had an amateur record of 110 and 5 losses. 115 amateur fights, won 110 of them. Only lost 5, not bad at all. Oh, okay, Bruce. You know what, Bruce? Because they took me and Jay Hardcore, that raffle could be it, man. That could be it. Because they took me and Jay's at the exact same time. You know that? I'm gonna have to look into that. Yeah. Have to look into that. Okay. That is a that could have something to do with it, Bruce. I never thought about that, but yes, they took both of ours. Now, Jiudah began boxing at the age of 6, right? And his amateur had 115 amateur fights. Now, he was a 2-time U.S. national champion and 3-time New York Golden Gloves champion, right? And he also won the 1996 Police Athletic League National Championship, right? He beat Ishe Smith and Hector Camacho Jr. in the amateurs, but he lost to David Diaz in the finals of the Olympic trials. And so he failed to qualify for the Olympic boxing team, but he still went to those Olympics that year as an alternate, okay? And that was 1996. He went as an alternate. That was in Atlanta, Georgia, okay? Now we come to Zab's professional career. Zabdiel Jiudah, full name. Started out at junior welterweight, okay? Then let's look at his early years. Zab likes his weed. Bruce says, Zab likes his weed. I know for a fact. Yeah, I'm going to check into that, Bruce. Started out at junior welterweight, though, okay? Zab did. Let's look at his early years in the lights looking good. Professionals. Now, he made his professional debut. He was 18 years old. September 20th, 1996, right after the Olympics. In Miami, Florida, right? His first fight was against Michael Johnson, which he won by TKO in the second round. Then, on April 14th, 1998, Zab defeated Angel Belter in the second round. Another second round stoppage. Then, in a fight in March 1999, he accidentally butted heads with Esteban Flores. And Flores was cut on his forehead, and the fight was halted in the third round. And it was originally recorded as a technical draw, but the result was changed to a no contest later that year. Okay. He then beat Mickey Ward by unanimous decision for the USBA junior welterweight title. That was his first title, the USBA junior welterweight strap. That was his first title he ever held, minor title. He successfully defended that title by stopping Daryl Tyson in the 11th round, October 15th, 1998. Okay? So now let's look at when he became the IBF champion. Zab defeated Wilfredo Negron in January 1999 with a 4th round knockout to win the interim IBF junior welterweight title. Then, on February 2nd, he defeated this guy here. Where was I? Okay. On February 12th, 2000, he defeated John Piet Bergman to win the vacant IBF light welterweight title. So he got the full title now. He had the interim, right? He defeated Bergman to win the IBF strap. Now, Bergman went down twice in the first round, but he recovered in the second round. He knocked Zab down. Then Zab knocked Bergman out in the 4th round to win the title. Okay? on this is his next guy here. That's Junior Witter on the left. Okay. On June 20th, 2000, Zab made his first title defense against Junior Witter in Glasgow, Scotland. Junior on the left there. Now, it was an awkward fight for Zab, as Witter rarely engaged in an extended exchange of punches. Witter frequently switched between fighting right-handed and left-handed, making him an elusive opponent. Zab consistently body punched and slowed Witter down. And in the fifth round, Zab caught Witter with a straight left hand that hurt him and sent his mouthpiece skittering across the ring. And Zab ended up defeating Witter by unanimous decision. Went the distance, okay? Got him by decision. Okay? This is his next opponent, Teron Millett, okay? And that is Zab and Teron Millett. That's okay. Let me see. Kind of fuzzy there. But that's Zab on the left. Amen. No, that's Zab on the left. Teron Millett on the right, okay? That was his next opponent. And this fight, 2 months later, on August 5th, 2000, at the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, Zab defeated former IBF welterweight champion Teron Millett by a fourth round knockout, okay? Now, Zab was knocked down in the first round from a left hand, but he got up quickly. And from that point on, he dominated the fight. He hurt Millett with 2 combinations near the end of the first round, right? Because Zab had went down, but he got up and started dominating, and it hurt Millett with 2 combinations late at the end of the first round. Then in the second round, he sent Millett down with a right hand to the chin, right? Now Millett survived the round, but he was clearly hurt in round 4. And Zab charged across the ring and inflicted a series of blows on Millett, knocking him down again, right? This is round 4. Millett got up again, okay? But Zab continued his assault, and he knocked Millett down again. He rose at the count of 4, but his legs were unsteady, and the referee decided to stop the fight, okay? That was his first defense against Teron Millett. Then a couple title defenses later, he stopped Hector Carraz in the 8th round. This was on October 20, 2000 at the Palace, Auburn Hills, Michigan. Okay? Next opponent after that was this guy, Reggie Green. Okay? And there is Zab and Reggie Green. Zab on the right, Reggie Green on the left. Okay? And this was it. Okay. This fight was on January 13th, 2001, and he defeated Reggie Green by a 10th round TKO back at the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. Now, Zab had trouble landing punches effectively against Green for the majority of the fight, but in the 10th round, he knocked Green down with a left hook. Now, Green beat the count, but Zab then ran across the ring and sent Green down to the canvas with a right. And that forced the referee to stop the fight. Okay? Next, Alan Vester. I'm going to display down some. Here's Alan Vester. That's Alan on the right. That's not Zab on that one. On June 23rd, 2001, let me see, anybody? Oh, okay, Real Prison Talk. Al Booger in the building. You got to pay attention to the chat. What's up, AB? And Real Prison Talk. with Tommy in the building. What's up, Coach? We are talking about Zab Jiudah today. Real Prison Talk with Tommy is another one of our fire channels. Check them out. Subscribe. Putting out some fire videos over there. Real Prison Talk with Tommy. Okay. Talking about Zab Jiudah today. Yeah, that's okay. Alan Vester. That's Alan on the right. That was Zab's next opponent. Okay. I keep losing my spot. There we go. This was on June 23rd, 2001. He defeated Alan Vester by a third round knockout. That was his fifth successful defense of the IBF title, okay, which was his first major title. Now, in the second round, Zab put Vester down on the canvas twice. In the third round, he knocked Vester out with a left hand that connected on Vester's temple. And Vester went down on his knees and nearly lost his mouthpiece. And at that point, the referee stopped the fight before the closing bell even rang, okay, to end the round. And this fight was set up a unification fight between Zab and WBC and WBA light welterweight champion Kostya Tszyu, who had defeated Oktay Urkal on the undercard of that same fight, okay? Let's set up the Zab and Kostya Tszyu fight. I know everybody remember that one, okay? And there is Zab and Kostya right there. Yeah, everybody remember that. Zab lost his legs. He went down, got up, went back down. Remember that? That was kind of comical. Yeah. Okay. Jiudah versus Tszyu. Now, the much anticipated matchup between Jiudah and Tszyu took place on November 3rd, 2001 at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. And this was for the undisputed junior welterweight championship, 3 belts, okay? Zab had the IBF, and Kostya Tszyu had the WBA and the WBC. Now the WBO was around, but I don't think the other was recognizing it yet. So this was 3 belt undisputed. That's what this fight was for, okay? Now, Jiudah entered the fight as a 3-1 favorite to win it, okay? And with 10 seconds left to go in the second round, Tszyu landed a right hand clean on Zab's chin, okay? And Zab backed away from Tszyu with his hands down. And then Tszyu went after Zab, throwing another right hand that landed on his chin, landed on Zab's chin, right? And that sent Zab crashing to the canvas. Now Zab jumped up instinctively and tried to signal that he was okay to the referee, Jay Nady, but he was still very much dazed by the punches, right? And it was evidence because he was wobbling severely on extremely unstable legs. And then he fell back down to the canvas a second time, right? And when he collapsed the second time, Jay Nady waved the fight off, okay, giving Kostya Tszyu a TKO knockout victory, right? And that was Zab's first professional loss in that fight. Trump in the building. Yeah, that was Zab's first loss. What's up, Trump? How are you today? Good to see you, bro. Talking about Zab Jiudah. He just suffered his first professional loss to Tim Tszyu. Like's looking good. Okay? Now, while Kostya Tszyu celebrated in his corner, Zab was in disbelief of what had just happened. And he became infuriated, right? He picked up the stool from his corner and threw it towards the center of the ring. And while he was being restrained by his father, Yoel Jiudah, and his father and trainer, Yoel Jiudah, right? He broke loose and walked up to the referee, Jay Nady, and stuck his gloved fist into the referee's neck, and he had to be pulled off by his father. A few minutes later, Jimmy Lennon Jr. announced the official decision, and Zab screamed out again, right? And he had to be restrained by a growing number of security guards and cornermen, right? He was fined $100,000 and suspended for 1 year by the Nevada State Athletic Commission as a result of his actions following that fight. Yeah, that was real bad. I remember that. Yeah, that was the Tim Zoo fight. Okay. Jiudah versus Corley, DeMarcus Corley. Okay. There they are. Corley on the left, Zab on the right. Okay, after defeating Omar Weiss by unanimous decision in July 2002, Zab challenged DeMarcus Corley for the WBO junior welterweight title, okay? Because he lost the other three. He lost his IBF, and he failed to get the WBA and WBC from Zoo. And like I was telling you, the WBO was around, but it wasn't part of Undisputed because the other three wasn't recognizing it as one of the major belts yet. So Zab challenged DeMarcus Corley for the WBO junior welterweight title on July 12, 2003. This fight was at the Orleans Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Now Zab knocked Corley down with the left hand in the third round en route to defeating him by a split decision. And Zab broke his left hand during that fight. Right? Now, in his only defense of the WBO title, I can't talk right now. Okay? In his only defense of the WBO title, he knocked out Jaime Rangel in the first round on December 13th, 2003. Okay? Then he made his move up to welterweight after that. And then Corey Spinks 1 and 2. There's him and Corey Spinks. Zab on the left, Corey Spinks on the right. Jiudah versus Spinks. Jiudah versus Spinks. On April 10th, 2004, at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, Zab fought Corey Spinks for the undisputed welterweight championship. Jiudah had trouble at the start figuring out how to fight Spinks. Okay, Spinks was the taller of the two. And Zab could not move forward to get inside, but he was having success moving laterally. Now Spinks scored a knockdown in the 11th round, but Jiudah came back and put Spinks down to the canvas in the 12th and final round. But in the end, Spinks defeated Zab by unanimous decision. The scores were 114-112 twice and 116-112. Very close fight between him and Spinks, okay? Then he fought Jiudah versus Pinata. And for the rest of 2004, Zab defeated the very tough veteran, former champion Rafael Pinata by split decision and Wayne Martell by first round technical knockout. Right? And he dropped Martell 5 times in that fight. 5 times. Then we had Jiudah versus Spinks 2. Okay? There they are in 2. Jiudah and Spinks again. Spinks on the left, Zab on the right. Jiudah versus Spinks 2. Okay? On February 5th, 2005, Zab would get a rematch with Spinks at the Savage Center in St. Louis, Missouri. He went to Spinks' hometown of St. Louis, right? Now, the fight was the first major fight in St. Louis in more than 40 years, and it was a sellout crowd. Jiudah was the aggressor throughout the fight. He knocked Spinks down to his knees at the bell in the 7th round, but it was not ruled a knockdown. Spinks had a strong start to the 9th round and connected with the left hand. Then he followed with a right hand and a combination, but Zab scored another knockdown moments later. And Zab pressed the attack after the first knockdown. And it wasn't really his second knockdown, but they didn't rule the first one a knockdown. So really that was the first one. And then after that knockdown, Zab pressed the attack, and he avoided Spink's desperate attacks to tie him up. And after Spinks was knocked down for the second time, the referee stepped in and stopped the fight. And Zab became the new undisputed welterweight champion, okay? Yeah, the second fight was for undisputed. Okay, that was against Spinks. Nate's is Cosme Rivera. And there's Zab and Cosme Rivera. Jiudah versus Rivera. In his first fight as undisputed welterweight champion, he fought Cosme Rivera on May 14, 2005 at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Zab sent Rivera down with a straight left hand to the face less than 30 seconds into the first round. Now, Rivera beat the count, but was knocked down again about 10 seconds later for 2 knockdowns in the first round, right? Zab hit Rivera hard several times in the second round, and in the third round, he connected with a left uppercut that caused Rivera to stagger backwards and fall into the ropes before hitting the canvas. Now, Rivera rose at the count of 5, but he was badly hurt, and the referee stopped the fight at that point. Okay? Jiudah versus Baldomir. There's him and Carlos Baldomir right there. There they are. Yeah, there we go. There's the okay. Jiudah versus Baldomir. Zab's next fight took place on January 7th, 2006 at Madison Square Garden in New York City against Carlos Baldomir. Now for Zab, the fight was viewed as a tune-up fight that would lead to a lucrative fight between Zab and WBC junior welterweight champion Floyd Mayweather Jr., which was tentatively scheduled for April. Now Zab entered this fight as a 10-1 favorite over Baldomir, right? And the stage was set when Jiudah unsportingly punched Baldomir on the thigh during the pre-fight introductions. Okay, that was when they were in the middle, getting instructions from the referee. Yeah, he punched the man. Hit him, gave him a low blow, right? And he did that instead, when the referee told him to touch gloves, Zab hit the man low. And that was very unsportsmanlike. And the early rounds of the fight were very close. But as the rounds passed, Zab was doing less than necessary to win, while Baldomir kept applying pressure on Zab. In round 7, Zab was hurt by a right hand, and Baldomir landed a series of right hands to Zab's head along the ropes during the 10th round. Baldomir defeated Zab by unanimous decision with scores of 115-113, 114-113, and 115-112 from the 3 judges, okay? Very close fight. Now, the ring named Baldomir's win over Zab as the upset of the year for 2006, okay? Now, Zab's IBF and WBA belts were not on the line because Baldomir did not pay sanctioning fees to the IBF and WBA. But Baldomir did win the lineal WBC and the ring titles, while the WBA super title was vacated after Zab's loss. Now, the WBA regular title holder, Luis Collazo, became the sole WBA champion, but the IBF still recognized Zab as their champion, okay? Now, Jiudah versus Mayweather. Okay, now remember that fight was being set up. The Baldomir fight was supposed to be a tune-up, but Zab lost it now. With the loss to Baldomir, it appeared that Jiudah's much-anticipated fight with Floyd Mayweather would be off. But Zab's promoter, Don King, and Mayweather's promoter, the Bob Father, work the deals out so the fight would still go on. And see, that's how they did it back then. As much as everybody say the Don King and the Godfather hated each other, they still worked together. You know, this fight, Zab lost to Belder Men. Everybody thought the Mayweather fight was off, but these two promoters still came together and worked it out because they know that was a big money fight for everybody, right? That wouldn't happen nowadays, you know. Because, you know, they got this stupid ass shit called Sides Up the Street and stuff nowadays. There's always been different promotional companies, but this era is the first time I ever heard the Sides of the Street nonsense. But they got together and worked it out and still had to fight because it was a big money fight, right? Now, Zab and Floyd Mayweather Jr. would be his next fight. Okay? Although he lost to Baltimore, they still worked it out. There's him and Floyd right there. Now, Mayweather was scheduled to earn a minimum of $6 million, while Zab was going to earn $3 million. Okay? Plus a percentage of the profits. But because of Zab's loss, Mayweather earned a minimum of $5 million, while Zab was guaranteed $1 million, plus a percentage of the profits. Now, because Zab's lost, you know, the value of the fight did go down and both fighters earned less money, but they still had it. Now, the fight took place on April 8th, 2006 at the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. What's up, Ace? How are you today? Salute. We're talking about Zab Judah. Zab, the life and career of Zab Judah. He's getting ready to fight Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. He had the loss before the Mayweather fight, but Don King and the Godfather still came together and made the fight. That's how they did it back then. And that wasn't that long ago. But it's changed now. Nowadays, the fighter lose like that, that's it. Especially if you had an O and lose that O. No way they make that next fight, you know? No way. Okay. Now, Zab started to fight out strongly, and he put up a valiant fight. At times, matching Floyd's speed and punching precision. I remember around that time they were saying that Zab was the fastest fighter that Floyd had ever been in there with. He was the closest to Floyd's speed, closest fighter to Floyd's speed that Floyd had ever been in the ring with. And at times Zab was matching Floyd's speed. Now it appeared that Zab scored a knockdown, remember that, in the second round when Floyd's gloves touched the canvas. But referee, there go your boy Al Booger, Richard Steele. Referee Richard Steele ruled it a slip. Richard Steele was Tony Weeks and Harvey Dock before Tony Weeks and Harvey Dock. Always in the middle of some kind of controversy, but never get investigated. That's why I say referees and judges should have to answer when they make those bad calls like that. They should have their own little press conference and get questioned about it. Because Richard Steele was always in the middle of controversy, just like Harvey Dock. You know, and the same name keep coming up. They need to be questioned about that, man. But anyway, it was clearly a knockdown. Floyd's glove touched the mat, and the knockdown rule is any part of your body other than your feet touch the mat, it's a knockdown. Floyd's glove clearly touched the mat, but Richard Steele called it a slip for whatever reason. Probably cheating, I guess. Then in round 4, Zab landed the right hand to the head that caused Floyd to retreat to the ropes and cover up, right? And the momentum changed in the 5th round when Floyd hurt Zab with a combination to the face. Then Floyd landed a right hand on the bridge of Zab's nose and blood began to flow, right? Zab was bleeding. The 7th round was the most dominant for Floyd to that point. Once again, he drew blood from Zab's nose. A combination from Mayweather backed Zab into a corner, and Zab's foot movement was considerably slower than it had been earlier in the fight, right? Then, with about 10 seconds left in the 10th round, Zab hit Floyd with a low blow and followed it with a right hand to the back of the head, and then all hell broke up. As Mayweather hopped around the ring in pain, Steele called time to give Floyd a rest period, right? Then, there we go. There's Roger. Mayweather's uncle and trainer, Roger Mayweather, climbed into the ring and approached Zab. Yoel Jiudah, Zab's father, then entered the ring and threw a punch at Roger. At that point, members of both fighters' camps entered the ring and an all-out melee ensued. Yeah. There's Leonard Ellaby and Yoel Jiudah getting ready to throw hands. Yeah, all-out melee ensued. More than a dozen security officers and police officers rushed into the ring and managed to control the situation, right? Yeah, they got control back. Yeah, it was crazy. I saw that as it was happening. Now, as the ring was cleared, Roger Mayweather was ejected from the fight. Then Floyd cruised through the last two rounds. That was the 10th, right? Floyd cruised through the 11th and 12th on his way to a unanimous decision victory by scores of 116-112, 117-111, and 119-09. Whoa, that was pretty wide, wasn't it? Wow. I didn't see it as really that wide. Floyd won it, but not 116-112 sounded about right, yeah. 119-109, that was ridiculous. Zab did a whole lot better than that, man. Now, after the fight, the purses for both fighters were withheld until video of the fight could be reviewed. Now, this is what I was talking about in the opening. Don King argued that Mayweather should have been disqualified because his uncle was the first person to enter the ring. And that's how the rules go. He should have been disqualified, yeah. But they didn't follow the rules. But Roger did jump in the ring, and no second belongs in that ring as long as that 3 minutes is going on. The seconds can only be in there during that minute in between rounds. And the round was still actively going on. So Don King was right. Floyd should have been disqualified because Roger did jump in there first, right? But I guess because everybody else and some other side and everything jumped in, they overlooked that. But technically, Floyd should have been disqualified, right? Then at an April hearing, the Nevada State Athletic Commission fined Roger Mayweather $200,000 and revoked his boxing license for 1 year. At a hearing on May 8th, the commission disciplined the other offenders in the incident. It fined Yoel Jiudah, Zab's father, $100,000 and revoked Yoel's license for 1 year. Okay, it fined Leonard Ellaby, a Mayweather cornerman at the time, $50,000 and suspended Leonard's license for 4 months. And it fined Zab $350,000 and revoked Zab's license to box for 1 year. Okay, so yeah, a lot of suspensions and stuff went down. What's up, Thomas Hill in the building? Talking about Zab Jiudah. We just covered that incident with Zab and Floyd, you know. And Roger had said in the corner that watch him, he gonna do something dirty. And Zab damn sure did. It was like a round or two before that happened. And Zab sure did, man. Yep. Now, return from the suspension. Okay. Who did he fight next? I believe it was Ruben Galvin. But anyway, on April 13th, 2007, Zab made his return to the ring against Ruben Galvin. I think that's how he said it. But there's Ruben right there. That's who his first fight off the suspension was. That's who Zab. That's Ruben on the right. That was his first fight off the suspension, Ruben Galvin, at the Fitzgerald Center and Fitzgerald Casino and Hotel in Tunica, Mississippi. Now, Zab came out strongly in the first round, landing numerous shots on Galvin. During the round, a bad cut opened near the top of Ruben's head. The referee, I call him Ruben. The referee called for a timeout to allow the doctor to take a look at the cut. Now, due to the severity of the cut, the fight was waved off. The cut was ruled to be caused by an accidental foul with an elbow. And since the fight did not go past 4 rounds, the fight was ruled a no contest. Okay? No contest on that one. Then he got in there with Miguel. There's Miguel right there. Miguel and Zab. Yep, next fight was Miguel Cotto. Okay, Like's looking decent today. Appreciate y'all. I appreciate it. Okay. Jiudah versus Cotto. On June 9th, 2007, Zab took on WBA welterweight champion Miguel Cotto in New York City before a sellout crowd at Madison Square Garden. Now, in the first round, Cotto landed a low blow that put Zab to the canvas. Referee Arthur McCante Jr. offered a stern warning to Cotto. In the third round, Zab took yet another low blow from Cotto, which resulted in Cotto receiving a point deduction. Now, Cotto and Zab delivered an all-action brawl, but after weathering some difficult early rounds as he figured out Zab's southpaw style and adjusted to his speed, Cotto took over the fight. In round 7, both fighters went toe-to-toe, and in round 8, Cotto hurt Zab several times. In round 9, Zab took a knee to gain a breather from Cotto's aggressive style. Then by the 10th round, Zab was bleeding from a cut over his right eye and was hurt by an uppercut from Cotto that sent him retreating to the ropes. Zab stayed upright though. Now early in the 11th round, Cotto landed a combination that dropped Zab to the canvas. Now he managed to get to his feet, but Cotto went after him with a relentless attack, turning him sideways along the ropes as he continued to throw punches. Now that forced the referee to stop the fight, okay? So Cotto got him by TKO. Terrell Cameron, what's happening, Terrell? In the building. The life and career of Zabdiel Jiudah. Okay? Man, I gotta get to the bottom of this, of my monetization, man. It's crazy. I didn't think those old fights did it because I was showing those before I got monetized. So they would have never monetized me in the first place. But let's continue. Now, Zab, who trailed 97-91 on all three cards at the time of the stoppage, he claimed he had been weakened by the two low blows early in the fight, right? First and third rounds, remember? He said, the first low blow was very hard. The second one took a lot out of me. The low blows affected me from the time they hit me, and they were both very early in the fight, remember? Now, Cotto earned $2.5 million plus a piece of the pay-per-view profits, while Zab earned $1 million plus percentage of the pay-per-view profits, okay? Now, next was Edwin Vasquez, okay? There's Edwin Vasquez. Yeah, that's one of the few ones I couldn't find, him and Zab together. So there's Edwin by himself. Okay, there's Edwin. Bear with me for a minute, please. I'll be right with you. I would hum along on the music while y'all waiting. Okay, here we go. Now let's get back to it. I had lost my chat. I got to be able to see my chat. There it is. It's back. I don't know what happened. It's back. Oh, you remember that one, Terrell? Okay, now where were we? Yeah, Edwin Vasquez was the fight after Cotto. Now, Zab fought Edwin Vasquez at the Hard Rock Resort in Biloxi, Mississippi on September 7th, 2007. Now, despite suffering a cut over his left eye, Zab defeated the overmatched Vasquez by unanimous decision, okay? And he hurt Vasquez several times over the course of the fight, but he injured his left hand midway through the fight and was unable to finish Vasquez off, because of the injury to his hand. Okay, so now he goes up to junior middleweight. Okay, goes up to junior middleweight. And his first fight up there was Ryan Davis. There's Ryan Davis. Okay, there's that Ryan Davis. Let me see. Okay, I think that's Ryan Davis. Bear with me for a minute. We're going to get it together. Let's see. Oh, that's last quiz. We're gonna get it. Oh, that's me. There he is, Ryan Davis, I think. Okay. Now, okay, Ryan Davis, junior middleweight. On November the 17th, 2007, Jiudah defeated Ryan Davis by unanimous decision. And with this win, he won the vacant IBC light middleweight title. That's a minor title, the IBC, International Boxing Commission, something. I don't know what that IBC is. International Boxing something, but yeah, he won that title, that fight. And this fight took place at the Casablanca Casino in Providenciales, Turks, and Caicos Islands, wherever that's at, which had an open roof. And the third round, it started raining, and there was no marquee covering the ring, so both fighters continued to fight in the rain. And during the third round, Zab scored a knockdown on Davis, although he recovered. And Zab went on to win the fight by a wide margin: 119-109, 119-109, and 118-110. Wide margin. Wow. Okay, so he beat Davis. Hope everybody's enjoying the show today. Now, Zab was scheduled to fight Shane Mosley on May 31st, 2008 at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, but it was postponed after Zab needed 50 stitches in his right arm after slipping in his bathroom and smashing through a glass shower door. Yeah, and Bruce Gass told us he smoked weed, so he probably was high as shit. Slipped in the bathroom and smashed through the shower. He must have hit hard, because that glass on them showers be thick. It's hard to smash through that, man, you know? Damn. He must have hit that thing hard. That wasn't no slip. He must have been in there fighting or something. Because it's hard to smash. Them things, that glass is thick, man. Yes, it is. I know mine is. Okay. So then we returned to welterweight, okay? Went back down to welterweight. Okay. That's him and that's Joshua Clyde. That's not Zab. It's Joshua on the left there. Jiudah versus Clyde. On August 2nd, 2008, Jiudah lost to Joshua Clyde by technical decision in a fight for the vacant IBF welterweight title. So yeah, he went back down. This fight was at the Palms Casino Resort in Las Vegas. Okay. Now, Zab began as a busier fighter, showing quick hands and throwing effective combinations behind a jab. Clyde began steadily closing the distance between himself and his opponent from the third round, landing an increasing number of punches that took their toll on Zab. Now, in round 4, Clyde landed an uppercut that caused Zab to lose his balance. And by the end of the round, Zab had blood running down his nose, okay? But Zab did stage a comeback in the 6th round. But in the middle of the 7th round, Clyde landed the right hand that hurt Zab and caused him to back into a corner, right? Caused him to back into a corner. In round 9, Zab suffered a cut over his right eye, and the fight was stopped after he said he could not see. The referee ruled the cut was caused by an accidental clash of heads, and so the fight went to the scorecards. Now, 2 judges had it 86-85, and the other judge had it 86-84, all in favor of Clyde. Okay? Now, after the loss to Clyde, Zab fought Ernest Johnson on November 8th, 2008 at Madison Square Garden in New York City. He had quite a few fights at the Garden because that was his home, you know, up there where Remo and him at. Unc Dre Finest in the building. What's up, Unc Dre? How you doing today, bro? We're talking about Zab Jiudah. He up there where Remo and him at. Fought up there in the garden a lot, man. From Brooklyn. Yeah. Well, salute, Dre. Good to see you again today, bro. Okay. Yeah. He fought Ernest Johnson in Madison Square Garden. Okay. Now, Zab dominated the fight early, but in round 3, he suffered 2 cuts from accidental headbutts. Now, he was finding success with his lead right hand and short left hand. And Zab won the fight by unanimous decision. Not very wide decisions. 99-91, and the other 2 judges had it 98-92. Okay? Yeah, I didn't have a picture of Ernest. Sorry about that. I tried. Okay. Now, on November 6th, let me see something. Yeah. These lights are looking beautiful. We're going to get 30 today. Woo-wee. On November 6, 2009, Zab took on Ubaldo Hernandez from Mexico. This fight was at the Palms Resort in Las Vegas, Nevada. Zab won the fight by TKO in the second round. Got him out of there in the second round. Okay. Now, he was in line for a fight with Devin Alexander after his fight against Hernandez, right? And Devin had beat Juan Urango. And Zab had been linked to a fight with Tim Bradley. Okay? As he was considered a possible replacement for Marcos Madonna against Bradley. Now, the former undisputed champion publicly challenged both of them on more than one occasion in 2010. And promoter Gary Shaw tried to begin negotiations with Jiudah for a potential fight in 2010. I think this was with Tim Bradley. But Zab declined to fight. But he promised to fight Bradley and Alexander after a tune-up fight on July 16th at the Prudential Center in New Jersey, right? Now, his tune-up fight in July was co-promoted by Main Events and Super Jiudah Promotions. Okay, June 2010, he expressed his intention in moving down to the junior welterweight division again after the upcoming fight, hoping to revitalize his career. Now, his opponent for this fight was Armando Santa Cruz of Mexico City. Okay, Armando was 28-4 with 17 knockouts, and Zab won the fight by TKO in the 3rd round. Then he did go back down to junior welterweight, okay? And see, he was all the way up to junior middleweight. Then he came down to welterweight, and now he's going back down to junior welterweight. And this fight was against Lucas Matisse. Okay? And there is Zab and Lucas Matisse right here. Okay? There they go. Jiudah versus Matisse. Ooh, 27. 3 more likes, we got 30. Return to junior welterweight. Jiudah versus Matisse. On November 6, 2010, Zab won a split decision over previously undefeated Lucas Matisse. That was Matisse's first loss. This was a fight for the vacant regional NABO junior welterweight minor title, at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Okay, up there where Just Do and them at, up there in New Jersey. Just Do, Mrs. Do, Baby Do. Prudential Center. And this was the first time Zab fought at junior welterweight in almost 7 years, right? And he began to fight as a busier fighter, using his jab and trying to land uppercuts for the first couple of rounds, while Matisse worked on the body, right? Now, round 3, a clash of heads opened a cut outside of the left eye of Zab, and Matisse displayed more aggression after that, and he became the aggressor in the 3rd and the 4th rounds, and Zab switched to a defensive tactic. Now, in the next 2 rounds, Zab picked up the pace, beginning to land more combinations on Matisse. And the 7th round was less active, but in the 8th, Zab landed some hard right counterpunches. Zab continued to box throughout the 9th round, but Matisse began to show more power in the 10th, focusing on the head of Zab. And he knocked Zab down after a right hand to the jaw in the 10th round. Now, Zab got up, but he was clearly hurt, and the Argentine fighter tried to press the attack and finish Zab off after the knockdown. But Zab held on and worked on the defensive and managed to finish the entire fight. Now, 2 judges had the fight 114-113 for Zab, while the others scored it 114-113 for Matisse. So Zab got a very close split decision. Okay? Now, following the win against Matisse, negotiations for a fight against Kaiser Mabuza began. Now, both sides eventually agreed to a March 5th fight for the vacant IBF junior welterweight title. Now, that was Zab's first major title, remember? Was the IBF belt when he first started way back there. Remember, that was his first title. So now he's agreeing to a fight to get the IBF junior welterweight title again. Now, former champion, let me put this up here. There's Sweet Pea right there. Okay. Former champion Pernell Whitaker joined Jiudah's training camp to help him prepare for this fight. Whitaker said, "I don't train guys to be like me. I help guys to do the things that work for them. Now, if I can teach you how to hit and not get hit, that's a blessing for you." He said, "Zab has the same abilities I had, but Zab still has to go out there and pull it off, right? And do it the way that Zab does it." On March 5th, 2011, Zab defeated Mabuza via technical knockout in the 7th round. This fight was at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. And Zab won the IBF title again after almost 10 years between his last reign as IBF champion. Remember? Junior welterweight. Yep. Jiudah versus Khan. Amir Khan. There they are. Zab and Amir Khan. Referee in between them. Look like some extracurricular activities going on. Everything is good here, Dre. How's everything going with you and your family over there? Thanks for asking, bro. Everything's good. Jiudah versus Khan, okay? Jiudah fought WBA champion Amir Khan in a unification fight on July 23rd, 2011 at Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino, Las Vegas, Nevada. Jiudah was knocked out by Khan in the 5th round after Khan landed an uppercut body shot. Zab was unable to answer the referee's 10 count, thus recording his 7th career loss. Khan was ahead 40-36 on all 3 judges' scorecards at the time of the knockout. Amir had won every round up to that point, right? It was in the 5th round. Zab was adamant that the body shot should have been called a low blow. And he claimed that he had been expecting a mandatory 5-minute recovery period. Zab thought he had hit low was going to get 5 minutes. They fooled him. He didn't even get 1 minute. The referee said, "No, Zab, that's low. That's low." Zab thinking he gonna get a recovery period. Referee said no. That's low. There we go. Okay, that's Jiudah versus Paris. Vernon Paris. Okay. After the Amir fight. After the loss against Amir Khan, Zab started resurrecting his career, fighting the undefeated 26-0 prospect Vernon Paris. Now, in the build up to this fight, that's Paris on the left, Zab on the right. In the build up to this fight, it was bad blood between the two. But when it came to the fight night, Zab started out strong and he hurt Paris right away in the very first round, right? But then he slowed down a bit. But he was still dominant using his hand speed. And in the 9th round, he landed a perfect left hand, which hurt Paris. And then Zab started throwing a flurry of punches, which landed. And Paris had to no response. And the referee stopped the fight. Yep, he stopped Paris. So he's resurrecting his career. Then he went up against Danny Garcia. There's him and Danny. Zab and Danny Garcia. Jiudah versus Garcia. Where we at? 29. Woo-wee. 30 likes. Appreciate y'all. One more like. Can I get one more? Somebody go outside and stop somebody to pull their phone out and hit the like button. One more like. Oh, this has been a good day. Okay. Jiudah versus Zab Jiudah versus Danny Garcia. There they are right there. Zab's next fight was scheduled for February 9th against undefeated WBC and WBA super champion Danny Garcia at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. But it was subsequently rescheduled to April 27, 2013 due to a rib injury sustained by Garcia during training. Now, after a heated week of pre-fight confrontations, fans were expecting something special from Danny Garcia versus Zab Jiudah, and the fighters delivered, though in an unanticipated fashion. From early on in the fight, it was clear that the bad blood would not adversely impact the fight, as both men fought strong technical fights. You had two good technical fighters, Danny Garcia and Zab Jiudah. During the early rounds, Garcia steadily pulled ahead, outboxing Zab throughout the early rounds. Zab was in serious trouble in rounds 5 and 6. Then he finally went down in the 8th. Okay? And then from there, things took a surprising turn. Never known for his resolve or ability to turn the fight around late, Zab responded to the knockdown by coming on strong down the stretch. Okay? Zab took the last 3 rounds, though his deficit from earlier in the fight meant it wasn't enough, and Garcia defeated Zab by unanimous decision. 115-112, 114-112, 116-111. Okay? We're winding down. So now, his second return to welterweight. Okay? Went up against Paulie Malignaggi. There's him and Paulie. Right there. Went up against Paulie Malignaggi. Jiudah versus Malignaggi. Zab fought former welterweight champion Paulie Malignaggi on December 7th, 2013 at the Barclays Center for the vacant NABF welterweight title, minor title, North American Boxing Federation. Jiudah started well, winning the first 3 rounds with a sharp jab, also dropping Malignaggi in the second round. And the rest of the fight saw Malignaggi using quick jabs, outpointing Zab. The fight went the 12-round distance as the judges scored it. 116-111, 117-110, and 117-110. All in Malignaggi's favor. I thought it was a little closer than that. 116-112. Yeah. Due to the lack of action in the fight, the crowd booed as the fight ended. The fight was for the King of Brooklyn belt and local bragging rights. Oh, King of Brooklyn, you hear that, Remo? Paulie Malignaggi won it. King of Brooklyn. I thought that was Remo, King of Brooklyn. Returned from hiatus. I'm going to leave Remo alone. Returned from hiatus. In early January 2017, Zab announced that he would have his first fight in over 3 years on January 21st. Okay? And this fight would be against journeyman Jorge Luis Munguia. Okay, and there's we come down some. Got a couple more. There's Jorge. Louis Munguia. And you can't really see Jorge and Zab right there. Okay, that's who this fight was going to be against. And Munguia was just 12-7 with 4 knockouts. Scheduled 10-rounder at Sun National Bank Center in Trenton, New Jersey. Okay, now the fight was an internet-only pay-per-view. As expected, Zab won the fight via second-round TKO. Zab connected with power shots from the opening bell, landed the left hook to the head of Munguia in round 2, which dropped him on his back. And the referee stopped the fight at 1 minute and 27 seconds of the second round. A year later, on January 27, 2018, Zab returned to the ring at the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and fought Mexican boxer Noel Mejia Rincon. Okay, and I got him too. No, I don't have him. And Rincon was 21-14, 1 draw, 12 knockouts, like a journeyman. And this fight was 10 rounds. And Zab's interest included a light show, as well as showcasing some of the world titles he had won during his career. And the fight went the entire 10 rounds, with Zab winning 99-91 on all 3 judges' scorecards. Apart from being hurt once toward the end of round 6, following some body shots, Zab started the first round at a steady pace, but controlled the remainder of the fight. Then one more time, he went back down to light welterweight again. And this was against Bruce Seldon. This is his final fight. This is where he got that brain bleed. There's him and Bruce Seldon. Okay, yeah. After 17 months of inactivity and in only his 3rd fight in 6 years, on June 7, 2019, at the Turning Stone Resort Casino in Verona, New York, Zab, at age 41, was stopped in the 7th round of a scheduled 12 rounds for the vacant NABA super lightweight title by Cletus Seldon. Zab felt faint after the fight and was hospitalized and treated for a brain bleed, likely ending his boxing career, and it did. He was subsequently released from the hospital and he recovered. Okay, and that was his final fight. Let's take a quick look at his personal life before we close it out. Okay, Zab has 10 brothers and 4 sisters. All of them Yoels. Damn, Yoel. 10 brothers and 4 sisters. That's 15. 5 of his brothers also boxed, with 3 of them, Josiah, Joseph, and Daniel Jiudah, boxing professionally. Wow. 3 brothers. Zab's father and trainer, Yoel Jiudah, is a 6-time kickboxing world champion and a 9th degree black belt. Wow. Jiudah's father is an avowed Black Hebrew Israelite, and Jiudah's family has declared themselves Jewish. Okay? Zab thanked his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, after his 2005 fight against Corey Spinks. Zab is now a born-again Christian. In July 2006, he was arrested after a celebrity basketball game at Madison Square Garden on a family court warrant. In August 2007, Jiudah became involved in a fight at Stereo nightclub in New York. According to the New York Daily News, Jiudah started throwing punches after he was hit first by someone who approached him. 2 of the perpetrator's friends then joined in the fight, and eventually everyone involved were kicked out of the club. After reviewing the videotape, the club indicated the perpetrators might have been plotting something else. Okay? The New York police linked rapper Fabulous to a crew of robbers who targeted Jiudah twice. According to police reports, the Street Fam crew, the gang which attempted to rob Zab, was made up of 20 members, all former drug dealers from Fabulous's Brooklyn neighborhood in 2006. Okay, in 2006, 3 men tried to rob Zab as he stood next to his Lamborghini. on West 27th Street at 10th Avenue in New York City. The three men drove up to Zab in a minivan of about 5 a.m. in the morning, and they got out. One man pulled a handgun on Zab and told him to put all his jewelry on the hood of his car. Instead, Zab ran from the scene. The muggers followed in their minivan, and they crashed into a tree a block away. Wow. All three robbers fled the scene. One was captured by a Homeland Security agent on his way to work, and another was grabbed by a nearby cab driver. Yeah, they deserve to go to jail for the robbery and stupidity. Got caught by a damn cab driver. Zab also volunteers teaching a nursing assistant class, and he helps at an adult daycare facility treating patients with dementia. There you have it, the life and career of Zabdiel Jiudah. All right. About 15 minutes left to go. Hope everybody enjoyed it today. This is the end of another week of boxing history. 29 likes. And I'll get one more from somewhere. But I appreciate it. Another big week of boxing history coming up next week, of course, on Cast Sports The Box Historian. But, remember, Friday is a big day in the JBT. We got the Angry White Men tonight. Jay Hardcore is back in the hangout at 8 p.m. And then the Rise Podcast at 9. And then the Angry White Men at 10. So, yeah. Make sure you check that out tonight. Just Do Boxing coming up next at 4 p.m. I'll be back Monday at 2 p.m. And we're going to have another big week of boxing history. Okay? I think Monday is going to be, we're going to talk about defense. Monday's always technical shows where we get down, punches and footwork and just all kind of good boxing stuff. We get down into it. Like this week was, what was this week? I forgot already. Oh, the Peekaboo Boxing Star, wasn't it? Yeah. So we're going to talk about boxing defense Monday. Yeah. It was a Peekaboo Boxing Star. Yep. I'm putting the link in to end the show. We got like 15 minutes. We're not going to go into divorce time today. We're going to get out of here at 4 o'clock. But everybody ready for the weekend? No major fights tomorrow. None of the big bodies. But I'm sure there's some kind of fight somewhere. But Cool Boy is back in the ring on the Canelo card. Finally. I'm glad to see that brother back in there because I was getting worried about it. I thought the mouse had just took it. It just killed him. Killed his career, man. I mean, it was a bad loss, but don't let that loss define you, It's what you do after the loss. And Cool Boy is back in there. That is good news. Yeah. I don't know who he's fighting. But he's back in the ring. Stephen Fulton. That Canelo undercard ain't bad because Caleb Plant is on it against Trevor McCombie. That should be a decent fight. And Rowley is making his return on it. Yep. So it's not bad at all, man. Not at all. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. The main event ain't worth a damn, but it's not a bad card. That don't mean I'm going to buy it. But yeah. Pretty decent card. And Stephen Fulton is on it. Cool Boy is back in the ring. Now we got to get Rashidi and Brian Castano back in there. Then I'll be happy. It was good to see Cool Boy make his return. He's at 126 now, too, because he was going to fight Brandon Figueroa. That was going to be at 126, and then the monster fight came about, remember? And then he got that beat down from Monster and haven't heard nothing from him since. And that was July. That's been a year and 1 month, but he's going back in there now. Yeah. And the schedule looks great. Yeah, I just noticed that this morning he's on that Canelo card. Great card, man. And then Tuesday is the next big one. The Monster. And Barroso. Ismael Barroso. Big hat / Big Roch Barroso on that one. Yeah, I don't know where Rashidi's at. Terrell. Rashidi Ellis. His last fight was on that card in DC. The Tank card that started out last year. Tank and Hector, remember when Vila beat him? They was trying to set up the Rashidi and Boots fight, but Vila beat him. Then it ended up being Boots and Vila. And haven't heard nothing from Vila since then either. Remember? That beat down Boots put on him was terrible, man. Vila was just too tough for his own good, man. And they should have stopped that. Like, when did they stop at the 9th? I thought they should have stopped that like the 6th round. Because Boots was just pounded on that guy, man. Vila just kept walking forward, so. And he was fighting back, so, you know. Damn. That man took a beating. Probably still got a headache from that. He hasn't been back in there since. Vila from down there in cartel territory. Got some tough people from that part of the world, man. You know? But damn. He took a beating. Oh, he's back training now, Booger? Okay, that's good. That's good to hear. Yeah. Because he took a serious beat down, man. But our Booger said that Vila is back training. That is good. No fights yet, though. Okay. So we'll be hearing from him. I like Vila at welterweight, man. Vila. Shoot, I would pick him against a lot of them because Vila got two things that keep you in fights, man. He got gas tank and chin. And that'll keep you in the fight. See what happened with Rashidi? He was losing all the way to the 12th round, but that gas tank and that chin kept him in it, and he got them two knockouts in the 12th round and won it. So Vila always gonna be in his fights. Gas tank and chin, man. You know? And yeah, always a threat. Roman Vila is, yeah. I like Vila, man. Good to see him back in training. Thank you, Al Booker. That is good news. Yeah. So maybe we'll get a fight out of him. He'll pop up on one of these cards late this year. You know, when we get the full fall schedule. Hopefully Vila will be on it. You know what would be a good one? Vila and Stanionis. Oh my goodness. Woo, that would be fan friendly. What you think about that, Al Booker? Vila and Stanionis. That would be a fan friendly fight then. Because both of them just going to stand there like rock'em sock'em robots and just go at it, man. You know, ain't no backup. That would be similar to Virgil and, what was the guy named he fought a couple weeks ago? Damn, I got a bad memory. Virgil and, you know the guy, he just fought him. Me and Till was Bohachuk, I think wasn't that his name? But Vila and Stanionis would be similar to that. That might still fight of the year. I got that Virgil and Bohachuk is fight of the year right now. Stanionis and Vila could steal that, man. That would be a good one. Wouldn't it? Yeah, a real headbanger, Al Booker. Wow. Neither one fought in a while, neither. I don't think Stanionis fought since 2022, have he? Because remember, him and Virgil was scheduled last year and got canceled about 3 times, and then they finally called it off when Virgil got that sickness, rhabdomyolysis. Ain't that something Cass Sports saying that rhabdomyolysis? Ain't that right? I heard a lot of people say it. But when Virgil got that ended the Stanionis situation. And I don't think Stanionis fought anybody since then. One of them was Stanionis' fault, though. It was both. All of them wasn't Virgil. Stanionis had kidney or something ailment, remember? So he got it called off one time. Yeah, one of them was him. You can't blame Virgil for all of them. Yeah. But Virgil was back in there. Look like he's okay too. After that, yeah, he's okay after that Vorchuk fight. He's well okay. Standing up in there and taking punches and taking and giving like that, he's okay. I think Virgil just needed to move up. That's all it was. He was just too big for 47, and that he just kept losing that weight. And it was unhealthy, man, because sometimes you just got to go up. And it took him 3 times to make 154. His first 2 fights, he didn't make 154. Virgil probably would be comfortable at 160. Yeah. But that's what it was. That sickness. He just wasn't supposed to be at 147, man. These guys, I don't know why they keep trying to squeeze themselves down there knowing they're not supposed to be at them lower weights, man. Just move up, you know? And then they need to put in those weight clauses, rehydrations for every weight division, because that would be healthier for the fighter too. Then they wouldn't be squeezing themselves down in them weight classes they ain't supposed to be in, because they would have to meet that criteria of the weight of the rehydration clause, right? Like 10%. 10 pounds or 10% of the contract weight when you weigh in the next day before that fight. You can't be no more than that. And that would save the fighters from themselves for squeezing themselves down to them weight unhealthily. Squeezing, is that a word, unhealthily? But unhealthily squeezing themselves down to them weights where they're not supposed to be at, right? So that would be good. That would be good for the fighters too. You know? Yeah, that was him, Al Booger. Chuck. Yeah. Took me a minute to remember. Yeah. But yeah, that's a lot boxing could do to improve, but it don't look like they don't want to improve, because the way they got it is easier to be corrupt, you know, and cheat. So, but hey, we love it, but we can still complain. Me and T Hill did enough complaining for everybody yesterday for like the next year. But we had some good ideas, man. Yeah, that's why I was saying this stuff would be very easy to implement to make the sport better. But you know, T Hill had a good point. Follow the money. They don't want it. They want it. It's just, they got it exactly like they want it, man. You know, exactly like they want it. But no major cards this weekend, man. We're gonna have to watch some old fights tomorrow. But we got the Monster Tuesday. The Monster, yeah. And Barroso on there. Nobody won't fight him. He got to go all the way to Japan to get somebody to fight him. All these guys at 140 is afraid of the old man. They saw what he did in that title eliminator in that first round. If I had a champion at 140, I wouldn't fight Barroso neither. Not until I'm ready to move up. I'm fighting my last fight there. I lose the belt. I'm moving up anyway. Yeah, but no, they're not fighting Barroso. Barroso should move to 147. He would get some smoke there. You know, he would get some smoke there. And he's tall. He could carry it. So, yeah. Because them guys at 140 just ain't going to fight him. And, you know, then the sanctioning body, he's not a draw. He's old. They don't want him to have that belt. They put the man in the title eliminator. He won it. And he haven't got his title shot yet. Pitbull got one. Rio got one. Pitbull got a title shot in his first fight at 140. Ain't that crazy? Follow the money. That's how it is. Follow the money. But it's almost time for me to get up out of here. Another big week of boxing history is in the books. Who's the profile next week? Let me check real quick. Excuse me for a minute. I got it written down way over here, man. Yes, what are you doing? Lunch. Supposed to have this before the show starts. The profile next week is Hector Macho Camacho. Hector Macho Camacho next week. Okay? Yep. That's who we are going to be talking about. Hector Macho Camacho. Okay. Everybody have a great weekend. I'll be back Monday because if it's Monday through Friday at 2 p.m., it's the Boxtorian bringing you all that boxing history. Dre Finest, Terrell Cameron, Thomas Hill, hashtag JBT, Ace, Trump, Real Prison Talk with Tommy, Al Booger, Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Melton Queen 27. Let's Talk Fashion, hashtag JBT. Mike Grimm, Ray Patterson, straight out of New Jersey. Mike Mazik, Mrs. Just Do, and Miss Katz, hashtag JBT. And we still on 29 likes, but I'm going to get one. Get my granddaughter phone and hit a like. But I appreciate everybody. Hope you enjoyed today's show. Okay? Everybody have a great weekend, too. We'll be back Monday talking about boxing defense. Just Do Boxing coming up next. I am Cass Sports. Everybody have a great weekend. Talk to you later. Lonnie Lee, I didn't know you were in the building. Salute, Lonnie Lee. Appreciate you. I'm out. What's up, T?
Yo, Kaz, man. I'm sorry I hit late. I had somebody come over take up my attention, man, so I couldn't get on. But
what's happening though?
I was gonna ask you, man, real quick. What's your opinions on the transpirings of Shakur, him signing with Matchroom, and then the possibility of there being a possible term agreement sent over to him that he did not agree to?
What happened now? A term agreement that he didn't agree to.
Yeah, you remember he said that he got reached out to by the team, right? By Tank's team. So they contacted him.
Right.
And ever since that point in time, he stopped talking about Tank. He stopped calling him out. Saying he ducked him. And I mean, that was after that point that he had made that known. He also, prior to that, made known the fact that, he wanted to fight Tank. That would be his biggest fight. And that if Tank ever sent an offer, he'd be a fool to decline. And, because fighting Tank offers you many possibilities. I mean, you get bigger for fighting him, but then also you get your most money.
So he declined it?
I'm saying just given the way things are transpiring.
Yeah.
Like then after that, you start hearing not too soon after that, they're both available to fight. Then next thing you know, you hear people speaking on his behalf who ain't supposedly in contact with him when you got Eddie out there. And then next thing you know, I think they had a long time ago agreed to make a sign for him to sign to Matchroom. I think when he first spoke on Shakur, when they did that interview a long time ago, I think that's when they agreed in principle that he would sign on with them. Yeah.
He's fighting Cordina though, right?
Yeah, he's fighting Cordina, which, I mean, there aren't a lot of fights that Eddie Hearn can offer him right now.
That's true.
And most of the fights that he's going to be able to offer him, if they're not going to be big, they're going to be step-down fights instead of step-up fights. And we're talking about somebody that's a champion. He should be fighting either Mandos or... You said what?
I got to get more information on it.
Yeah, I think we all do, man. I mean, because the bottom line is, like, his energy has drastically shifted since he said that, hey, they contacted me. his team has contacted me. I think they contacted him with terms to a fight. Like, yo, we could make a fight. We could set a fight up like this, and get back with us if you agree, or let us know what's going on. And I think that ever since that moment, like, we haven't heard him speak Tank name. He came out publicly stating that Tank not ducking him. And on top of that, that he wasn't sure what he was gonna do. But I think at that point in time, he knew what he was going through. He knew he was gonna be signing to Eddie. He knew Eddie couldn't get him no fights. The only fights Eddie really can get him that are gonna be big name fights are gonna go through Riyadh season.
That's right.
Like, Riyadh gonna have to be a part of anything big, and I think the same.
Yeah, because he on the card. Let me see what happened. He's on the card with the Bivol card, right? With Cordina, I think.
Yeah. Undercard. So you went from headlining to undercarding. So like I'm saying, like, all these moves look suspicious, man. That's like, for somebody who really wanted the Tank fight and will not be turning down any offer Tank sent him. Because let's face it, man, 30%. Like, the most he's gonna ever get in an offer is 80%. 30% from Tank fight purse is gonna definitely generate way more than 80% of any other fight purse you get.
Way more than this one against Cordina on the undercard.
Exactly. And you won't be no undercard. So now, if you chasing greatness, Tank offers you the ability. A Tank fight offers you that ability to chase that greatness. Because knocking off Tank.
Yeah.
Now, if you're chasing the bag,
you're the man.
Yeah. If you knock Tank off, people gonna say you the man.
That's right.
Period, point blank. No matter how much they hate him,
all that boring stuff, everything gonna be forgotten.
Yeah. So because I've been seriously thinking about, like, how things have transpired. Like, ever since he made mention that Tank and them contacted him, he ain't changed his mind about talking about, hey, Tank, I want Tank. He then went to saying he ain't ducking him. So that means if he ain't ducking him, then they discussed fighting.
Yeah.
So now, whether they discuss fighting down the line or fighting at this time, it was discussed. Yeah. Then you got people saying it was turned down, that he declined the offer. I don't believe it was a contract, but I believe it was a term sheet offer. Like, yo, this is what we propose to make. This is what we propose to pay. Are you willing to take this? And remember, he said that, people are a fool to turn down any money for Tank. So, like, that coupled with the fact that now all of a sudden you would match him, and you're fighting Joe Cordina. If Tank was to fight Joe Cordina, somebody who's just coming up and getting off of a knockout loss, you know how crucified he would be?
Yeah, he would get crucified. But we knew he was going to sign with Eddie, because remember, he was sitting with him at the last fight. They was all cozy. Everybody knew that.
Exactly. And at that time, even when they were saying that, there was no, so I think that's when they agreed. They just formally made the announcement now, but they had already agreed. So he knew what was going on all along. And he knew there was no fight with Tank coming up. That's why he said that stuff about that's why Eddie said that stuff about, I've been asked not to negotiate anything with Tank, because they knew that they wasn't going that route. And Eddie know he can't get Tank unless it goes through Riyadh.
They had been already talking Cordina at that point.
It was already Cordina. It was nobody else, because there was also a chance to fight Muay Thai. There was a chance to fight Muay Thai, but you would have to have Bob get on board, and I don't know how Bob feel about him right now, because
just leaving.
But the opportunity to get that belt, I think Bob may have jumped at that if he really believe in his fighter, and if you really believe that. Yeah, it would have been a good fight to make. So, like, Cordina, and then after that, the winner gets Cepeda. Like, that's a champion? He ain't no champion. No. He a contender. So how's the winner of a championship fight gets Zepeda.
Contender.
That's crazy, man. Like the
Yeah,
stuff
man.
not making sense.
Well, that's
None
back.
of
That
this
don't
stuff
add
is,
up. It don't
especially
add
when
up.
if you're chasing the bag and if you're chasing greatness, you get it all in one fell swoop with a fight with Tank.
Yeah.
You'll get the most money you ever made. 30% of Tank is better than 80% of, hell, it's better than 100% of you. If you got the whole purse, you're still making more with a Tank fight
He
than
would
you
have
would.
looked better if this fight would have been Zepeda. If he didn't fight Tank, he would have looked better if it would have been
Now,
Zepeda.
I don't hold Zepeda against him because Zepeda said he didn't want to fight right now.
That's true. Yeah.
So you can't hold that against him.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
There's a lot of
Zepeda-
things you can't hold against him, but you know, certain things you could say like, hey, that definitely killed the chance of a Tank fight. Signing with Matchroom definitely killed the chance of a Tank fight. Eddie's not trying to, he's not in a position to spend the money that he may need to spend to get the fight because of all the money he has lost out on certain people he didn't sign
Yeah.
and they didn't do well. So now what Eddie looks to be doing is trying to use Riyadh season as a way to funnel fights and also get people paid yet without him having to pay so he can recoup some. You're still going to pay me. I'm still going to get my bread, but I'm not going to push no money out. It's going to be taken care of by this block. And in doing so, you know, you get what you get.
Yeah.
And so if any big fight is to come across his way while he's under that contract, it's going to have to go through Riyadh season. And it's going to have to go through those people that funnel the money to Turkey because Eddie can't afford to pay it. Same thing with Boots. That's why Boots is getting Karen Kukadajian.
That's crazy there.
You know what he said? He probably said, hey, I can get you some big name fights, but the first you got to take these fights. Because there's no way you being a titleist, you should have to take the Mando when you got a chance to fight for unification.
And he just fought him last year.
Yeah, and you just fought him, and we know that man didn't come to fight that time. What's going to be the difference this time?
Nothing. They're gonna do the same thing.
So you know, man, I'm a little leery with how both of them gonna be handled with this, man, because you really literally got behind enemy lines because this dude don't have no leeway in making fights unless it's going through Riyadh season.
That's all. That's what it seemed like. Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's just kind of a little strange. And,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that though.
It's not looking good.
Because it ain't adding up.
It ain't adding up. The one thing to me that really don't add up is you advertising a fight between him and Cordina, somebody who ain't even fought at 135. He gets a title shot. How the fudge he get a title shot? I don't know how they letting that happen. I don't know. But then
yesterday, after just getting stopped, getting a title shot.
Yeah, just getting stopped, you get a title shot. But then after that, the winner gets a challenger, and that's the prize. Hey, the winner of the fight, of the championship fight, gets to fight a challenger.
That's crazy.
It should be the winner of that fight get to fight for another belt. Should be fighting Barankics or some stuff like that. But instead, you get to fight Zepeda,
a contender.
That's crazy. Like that stuff just not adding up. No. So like, if the next fight ain't Loma, it ain't Barankics, then what are we doing?
I know. It's
what are we doing? Because you fighting Zepeda ain't going in the right direction. It's a good fight. Don't get me wrong. It's a good fight. But he brings absolutely nothing to the table. And that's not chasing no bag, and that's not chasing greatness.
Mm-mm.
So now chasing the bag, chasing greatness trends the way of going after those names like Loma and Tank. So hopefully they're in the mix of getting Loma for him, because I know they're not trying to negotiate Tank. I don't even think they're trying to get Tank at 35, maybe Tank at 40, because they're a little bit more confident with their position to beat him there at 40, because you know he's going up in weight and he's got weight to still put on. But it's just looking strange, man. Everything looking strange, man. And it's like I want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Like I understand that I can't ask somebody to go back where they weren't treated fairly. Like Bob definitely didn't get behind him, so why ask him to go back?
Yeah, that's true.
But at the same time, you signed to somebody who do not have a staple at that weight class, and he's not, and it's not even getting better if he go up to 40. So like
big fights with Eddie Hearn.
Yeah,
You know,
you
too
know,
much effort ain't easy.
unless you depend upon Riyadh. And that's how the big fights are gonna have to come before both he and Boots for me. So like,
Yeah,
it's interesting to see how things pan out for them in these next two fights, man.
yeah, it's gonna
Because
be.
yeah, man, I just was on that was on my mind, man. I was thinking about this the whole time, and it was like, you know, certain things just got shifted, like energy shifted, like narrative shifted, and then opportunity shifted all in one fell swoop. And it seems to be the plan. Like every time it becomes, to me, it looks like, and this is just an observation. It looks like whenever Tank fully is available and has the opportunity to fight people, people want more money than what they're gonna get, and then the fight don't happen. It's almost like they want severance packages because if they lose, it's like the end of their career.
They want to get paid for that.
How's that when Rolly lost and he got a title fight the next fight?
Yeah.
Pitbull lost and he became a star. So it's like, man, come on, man. What are we doing? That's what I was just thinking on, because everybody's talking about this, and I'm getting tired of talking about it too. But it just doesn't look like it's making much. It's amounting to much sense the way everything has transpired. When you lay it all out, how constantly you're calling him out saying you want that fight, he can't do nothing with me, this and that, to the point where he contacts you and you say he contacts you, and then the whole narrative changed. Like, yo, that fight gonna happen. We both want the fight. We're not ducking each other, and then you get quiet. And afterwards, even when it's speculated that this is a possible duck move, he ain't said nothing contrary to the fact, saying, nah, man, I ain't ducking him. And, Tank ducking, he ducking. If anybody ducking, it's Tank. None of that stuff. It's just talking about other people who don't have nothing to do with the fight. So, like, it all just don't add up, man. None of this stuff add up. And Eddie Hearns definitely don't add up, because he doesn't offer you any opportunity unless he go through Riyadh season.
Yeah.
But okay, that's all I got. Yeah, that's all I got.
It's gonna come out though.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely for sure. But it's people in camps that know what's going on. I would like to know.
It's just still gonna be, maybe he got something on it. He definitely gonna be, he got Shakur up there, something there. Maybe he knows something about it.
Hopefully he has Shakur on today, man. Shakur can come over there and explain what's going on.
Yeah, he's gonna talk about it.
Oh, for sure. Well, all right then, man.
Give us some
maybe
insight.
He'll what? Oh yeah. Maybe. It's just a lot of stuff just not adding. When it ain't adding up to what people say too. There was never an offer for the fight. Now I get if a contract was never offered, but if term sheets was offered or a fight was negotiated or talked about, then that's an offer.
Yeah,
that's an offer. Look, we plan on making a fight, man. We can make it as soon as this. What's good?
We just talked about it. Yeah.
So yeah, we gonna find out as time starts passing, because
yeah. But okay, T Hill.
All right then.
I appreciate you. I'm gonna get over here and see what Just Do talking about. Maybe he's gonna give us some insight into it.
For sure.
All right. Have a good one. Have a good weekend, man.
Yeah, you too. What's up, Lonnie Lee? Yeah, we still here, man. I'm about to go out right now.
Okay. You didn't know Lonnie was in here. What's up,
Lonnie? I didn't either, man. I just called at the end so I could talk strictly to you, because I didn't know what you had going on, man. But I should have just hit you up on the phone.
That's cool. Yeah, I talked to you a little bit. I'm gonna get over and see what Just Do talking about. Maybe he can get that's interesting. I want to find out about that. He got Shakur on there. He's gonna talk about it. He says signs contract with Matchroom.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
I'll holler at you later then.
Come back.
And salute everybody. Be back next week. Have a great
week. Said he came in the back door. Lonnie Lee said I came in the back door. Oh. He came unnoticed. He came unannounced. He said, hey, I'm here though. Yeah, we gonna head over to Just, because Just supposedly got Core coming in today, so maybe we get some insight on what's really going on.
Okay. All right. Salute to everybody, and everybody have a great weekend. And we're out.